Hello and welcome to my informal look at the world of audio. As seen through the ears of Trev, that's me. I'm the face and voice behind Headphones Hi-Fi Reviews. I'm here to guide you, the audio lover, through the confusing and intoxicating array of goodies in online stores everywhere, from China to Chingford. Most products are half decent, truth be told, but some are better than others. And that's not just down to price. How much more or less expensive an earphone is will not tell you how good it is. I can help with that. I don't read or watch reviews of products that are sent to me. These opinions are mine, these words are mine. I can therefore offer you a different take on what you have already gleaned from your research up till now. Stay with me and let's take a look at the latest earphones to arrive at the offices of yours truly. This is the NM2 Plus from NF Audio. The earphones today are not budget models. The NM2 Plus currently retails at $169 from my suppliers at Shenzhen Audio. That's guaranteed to be the lowest price you'll find them at for the next 30 days. If you find them at a lower price, send them an email and they'll refund you the difference. Can't say fairer than that. I reviewed a budget model, the CCA C10 Pro, last week. I will use this and a couple of other earphones to give you a taste as to what happens when you go from budget to mid-tier. NF is short for Ningfan Acoustics, a Chinese company with a relatively new history, having been established in 2014. The NM2 Plus is an upgrade from the NM2. The NM2 currently retails at $99. The Plus has several upgrades to the NM2, from better build quality, snazzier packaging, a technically superior sound efficiency, a lighter structure, an improved cable, and a more ergonomic shape. Let's take a closer look. The cardboard outer slides away to reveal a deep double box affair. Open this up to reveal a CD-sized inlay. Very tasteful. Then some tips with some useful insights into what each tip does, which will prove useful when I talk about the sound later. A little booklet with some pretty basic instructions and a few insights into the company, their motto, near field, nice fit, nice frequency response. Various bits to read. Shouldn't take you much longer than this video. Underneath the booklet is a storage compartment for the all-important NF carry case. It's a reasonably cheap and cheerful case with a customised black denim NF finish on it, and is slightly bigger than the $1 jobs you can get on AliExpress and Amazon and the like. Inside we have a highly braided silver white cable. It's an unbalanced 2-pin cable. So if you have a balanced connection you want to make use of, you have always the option of getting another cable to make use of those extra features. If you want me to get technical, this particular cable is made from 280 cores of silver cable which have a 5N purity. That's 99.99% pure silver to you and me, and it's plated with oxygen-free copper to eliminate interference. And they look like a piece of jewellery. A well-finished 3.5 to 6.3 adapter is also tucked away inside the case, for those of you who have the use, and I bet in this day and age there are very few left who do. My review on the budget model CCA C10 Pro last week mentioned in passing a lack of decent presentation in the packaging and a lack of accessories. No chin strap, velcro strap or case. All of these are taken care of with the NM2 Plus. The build and finish of pretty much everything befits the price tag. The look of the cable is great. A slight misgiving is in the finish of the connecting jack. I'd have liked a transparent barrel, or at least one which doesn't look as bland as the one that's been put on here. The shells are tasteful enough. They are smooth as anything. The fit is of course more important than the looks of the product. Once they're in the ears they need to disappear rather than draw attention. NF have done this admirably for my ears. They're a good fit and need no readjusting. The scalloped fit pushes them into the folds of the outer ear, and the claimed 25 dB of isolation removes one far enough away from the outside world to be able to enjoy those extra little details without needing to turn them up to a deafening level. The only colour is blue in the bottom of the pair. It's a shame that the blandness of the all-silver affair won't make these particularly stand out from the crowd. In stark contrast to many earphones out there, NF's offering is a single driver dynamic model. Single driver models benefit from no crossover distortion. Distortion is bad for sound. Crossovers are needed for multi-driver earphones. They tell each driver at what frequency they have to start and stop working. Inevitably, there is a slight blurring of lines with this process. The blurring is what is known as crossover distortion. The NM2 Plus has a low impedance rating of 18 ohms and a high sensitivity of 108 dB. This means they would need no amping to sound at their best. The frequency response is an inaudibly low 9 to an inaudibly high 40 kHz. Axel Grell is the creative force behind the Sennheiser HE1, Orpheus, HD800 and IE800 headphones. He says that frequency response can tell a layman a lot about the technical performance of a driver. More than that, let's put them on and tell you what they actually sound like. The tips have a big influence on the sound signature. Let me tell you straight out, the sound was lacking using the balanced ear tips. Just not to my taste at all. I didn't get any bass impact and a thinner sound using these. I normally steer clear of anything that implies a boost in the bass, but the bass ear tips here were essential. They completely changed the characteristics of the NM2 Plus, the clarity in the bass, its ability not to intrude on the rest of the sound, make you quickly realise you were getting a superior product from the budget range, irrespective of the number of drivers. The bass has some air pushing against the outside of the ear on occasion, but it is where I expect it to be, and it pleasantly boosted enough to give a nice warm glow to tracks you may be thinking is bass light normally. In contrast, the Shuoer tapes, God I love these earphones, are more boosted and bleed more into the rest of the music mix. They result in a slightly less clean sound to the music, where it feels like it's not as distinct as presented by the NM2 Plus. The main part of the music lies not in the rhythm, of course, but in the vocals and instrumentation. Some orchestral pieces have no need for low frequencies at all. The bass response of an earphone means nothing if the rest of the sound signature fails to deliver. In this respect, the NM2 Plus continues to dish out the good stuff. There has been some particular attention paid to harshness. This often lets down an earphone and gives it a strained, thin, shrill sound. The NM2 Plus has some really subtle treble cut-off applied. The detail and clarity of sound is still here. That sparkle, the extra brightness of the electrostatic driver in the Shuoer tape is not there. In that respect, we might say that they don't have the extension of their rival, which is a fair point. The Shuoer concentrates on those upper mids and does miss some of the detail underneath that frequency range. We end up with a different signature. The tape wows at the top end of the scale, whereas the NM2's strength lies in its handling of the lower mids and its more impactful bass. My first look at NF audio has been a successful one. The NM2 Plus has that bass response that can be so good in a single dynamic driver. It has that clarity that you can use to get intimate with your favourite music. It has a roll-off which, in my opinion, is where it's needed because it still retains a lot of detail. If you're looking for the next step up from your budget in-ear monitor and you don't want to use an external amp and you don't mind a cable, you'll be pleased with the results from these, and I wholeheartedly recommend them. Thank you for watching. Without you there's not much point after all. I take great care in listening to feedback and comments, both good and bad. Don't be afraid to come forward with them. We live in dark times, but music can bring light. Listen to more music, it will show you the way. Until the next time we meet, goodbye.